I'm going to be talking about the common myth that Christianity and science are at war. Now, I'd like to point out that for 300 years, between the rise of modern science in the 1500s and the late 1800s, the relationship between science and religion can best be described as an alliance. Historians of science now recognize that the indispensable role played by the Christian faith in the rise and development of modern science. Science is not something that's natural to humankind. Science is an invented cultural institution that requires a unique soil in order to flourish. Modern science did not arise in the Orient or in Africa, but in Western civilization. Why is this so? It is due to the unique contribution of the Christian faith. In contrast to the Eastern religions and the folk religions, Christianity does not view the world as divine or indwelt by spirits, but rather as a natural product of a transcendent creator who designed and brought it into being. Thus, the world is a rational place that is open to exploration and discovery. Up until the late 1800s, scientists were typically Christian who saw no conflict between science and their faith. Men like Kepler, Boyle, Maxwell, Faraday, Kelvin, and others. The idea of warfare between science and religion is a relatively recent invention of the late 19th century, a myth carefully nurtured by secular thinkers who had as their aim the undermining of the cultural dominions of Christianity and replacement by naturalism. The view that nothing outside of nature is real and the only way to discover truth is through science. They were remarkably successful in pushing through their agenda. But philosophers of science during the second half of the 20th century came to realize that the whole scientific enterprise is based on certain assumptions that cannot be proved scientifically, but are guaranteed by the Christian worldview. For example, the laws of logic, nature of the eternal world, and the objectivity of the moral values used in science. I want to emphasize that science could not have existed without these assumptions, and yet these assumptions cannot be proven scientifically. They are philosophical assumptions, which interestingly are part of the parcels of the Christian worldview. Thus, theology is an ally to science, and it can furnish a conceptual framework in which science can exist.